Hello there pinball fans, welcome back to the Majestic Pinball YouTube channel. My name is James and we are back here again in Pinball Republic in Croydon. Today I am here with Gottlieb's rather wonderful Strikes and Spares, which came out in 1995. It was designed by Ray Tanzer and they only made 750 of these machines, so it is kind of rare. It was kind of groundbreaking at the time because it actually had inbuilt tournament software. So you could set the game up to be like 2 credits a play. 1 credit went to the owner of the machine or the location, and then the other credit went into like a prize pot, and it would run absolutely everything by itself. So it was really clever at the time, and it could run its own tournaments and dish out the prize money, and it figured everything out. So it was really clever. So it's a shame Gottlieb sadly closed down just 2 machines after this. They released Waterworld later on in 1995, and then Barbed Wire in 1996, and then they closed their doors. So sadly they didn't get to do anything else with their patent-pending tournament software. It's a pretty self-explanatory game, this. If you've ever been to a bowling alley or thrown a bowling ball in your life, then you're going to be pretty good with Strikes and Spares. This game does offer 3 different games for you to play. It has Regulation, Flash, and Strike 90. Regulation plays exactly just like you're at a bowling alley. You get 10 frames. If you get a strike, moves on to the next frame, blah, blah, blah. Everyone knows how to play bowling. So Flash is pretty cool. This is my favourite mode to play. You've got these string of lights in the centre of the playfield here that are scooting across. As soon as the ball hits the first pin, that light stops, and whatever it's lit on is going to be your strike or your spare value. So the red band is going to be your strike value, the yellow band is going to be your spare value. So let's say, for example, you manage to get it to stop directly in the centre, which is the aim. You'll get 800 points for a strike, or you get 500 points for a spare. If you don't get a strike or a spare, you just hit like 7 pins, for example, you just score 7 points. It plays like normal bowling, but then you've also got the additional aspect of like the flash, which I think is kind of cool. Strike 90 is a bit of a strange one. It seems to just award 90 points per strike, and it gives you like an extra turn. So I think the more strikes you can bank together, I'm not overly familiar with it, so we're going to have to figure that one out while we're playing today, because I don't ever play Strike 90. But I believe it plays like normal bowling, so you get 10 frames, but if you get a strike, you can basically continue in the same frame until you don't get a strike, if that makes any sense. But we'll try and figure that out in a moment. So I'm just going to play through 1 or 2 of each game mode. The games on this are super quick. This is such a great game for like multiplayer games. If you can play for up to 4 of you, so if you've got 4 of you and you're having a drink, it's going to be really great fun. Anyway, yeah, so we'll play through a couple of games maybe of each mode, and I'll show you everything that Strikes and Spares has to offer. When you press the start button, it will say to select your game, and on the display it will say Regulation, Flash, or Strike 90. The left flipper button will step you down on the top display, so it will step down whatever mode you want to pick, and then the right flipper actually chooses the game. So a lot of people generally will approach a pinball machine, press start, and then like just instantly like bang away on the buttons just to see how the flippers feel. If you do that on this machine, you'll randomly select a game mode and then just start a random one, so you might not get what you actually want to play. So just be wary of that if you are playing this at the club. It's the left flipper to step through the menu, it's the right flipper to choose whatever game you want to play.
Please select now.
So we'll start off with Regulation. Now, one thing that I love about this is, unlike the mannequin bowler, which I've showed on this channel, this has regular pinball machine flippers, and you can choose which side of the ball return you want the ball to release from. So if you press the left flipper button, you'll get a ball come down to the left flipper. If you press the right flipper button, you'll get a ball come down to the right flipper. Obviously, thinking about the geometry of the machine, if you've got like a lot of pins on the left-hand side, it kind of makes sense to release the ball from the right to just kind of go over. But yeah, generally I'm right-handed, so I tend to just use the right flipper predominantly, but mess around with it, you might see, I don't know, you might see some improvement by trying different things. Okay, so that noise is just telling you that you're in the 10th frame. Just like real bowling, if you get a strike in the 10th frame, you get an extra 2 shots. If you get a spare in the 10th frame, you get an extra ball. So it plays exactly like real bowling with the 10th frame. So just be aware, if you get a strike or a spare, it's going to give you an extra turn. Okay, pretty good game. Got 182 and I got 4 strikes at the end of that game, so that's pretty cool. I think that's enough of just regulation play because that is the most standard, boring, basic mode. It plays exactly like real bowling. So I'll give you a game of Flash next so we can see what that looks like.
Please select now.
Okay, so there we go. We've got the scanning lights going across the playfield at the moment. So pretty self-explanatory. The light stopped on 800 when it hit the first pin. I got a strike and it gave me 800 points. If you're rubbish enough to not hit any pins on your first ball, the lamp will carry on chasing and it's the spare ball which chooses how many points you're going to get. What happened there? Let's try again. And I'll do one more game and I'll just show you guys Strike 90. And maybe we can try to figure out how to play that because I'm not entirely sure myself.
Please select now.
Okay, so we just got a strike and it's still showing frame 1, so I think I was right with chaining the strikes together. There we go, double. Yeah, so it gives you, I think it gives you the opportunity to chain as many strikes together as you can. It might be up to 3, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it's moved on to frame 2. We've got 2 strikes and a 9, so it's given us 189. Doing terribly now. Thank you very much for watching. That was Gottlieb's Mega Rare Strikes and Spares from 1995, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.